Hello, and welcome to the Gaia update for the Scorpio Full Moon that's happening on Monday, April 26th, 2021. I'm Adrienne Elise. This Scorpio Full Moon has a big culmination of energy around awakening and revealing. With all of these planets in Taurus across the way from the full moon in Scorpio, where the awakening and the revealing has to do with wealth, true wealth. For the Supernova Soul, uncovering the gifts that you are. When I talk about this abundant spiritual gifts of the Supernova Soul, I can feel Supernova Souls going, oh, I kind of resonate. Maybe it's this feeling that you've had that there's something bigger you're here to do. There's something more to express. And the people around you maybe doesn't quite jive. And so you've put this away, compartmentalized it, gone along with life. But all of the issues and problems for Supernova Souls go back to this one thing. When you are expressing your unique set of abundant spiritual gifts that you have gained through many, many evolutions and lifetimes, all of the little problems in life fall away. And this Scorpio full moon, the full moon is reflecting where the sun is, right? Directly opposite the sun. And so the Scorpio full moon is reflecting, and Scorpio has this energy of revealing and uncovering. Scorpio cannot keep secrets, right? It's about getting to the bottom, getting to the meaning, getting to the depth, the purpose, the meaning, the understanding. And so because of the astrology, this is of this whole 2021, 2020 years, lifetimes, right? But it's a culmination energy, especially for the Supernova Soul and for all of humanity, an awakening, a revolution around wealth, money, value, financial system. And but for the Supernova Soul, the wealth we're talking about is your inner spiritual wealth. And this wealth is so profound and so powerful and so much more valuable than anything you could stack up in the physical. Go ahead and get all those cars and items and houses, and it does not stack up at all to the spiritual abundance that's within you. But like I said, most Supernova Souls feel disconnected, have a sense that there's something more, but can't really get a grip or understand how to uncover these gifts, how to use these gifts, how to bring them all together. Part of this is that Supernova Souls have a wide range of gifts and skills. And so it's rare to be able to find a job in the regular paradigm that can actually use these gifts and skills. You often have to start your own business. In this case, we're just building new earth. So because of the intense psychic excavation that we went through in February with the squares to Black Moon Lilith of the planets in Aquarius, January and into February, now we're having the next chapter of this. Why did we go to the dark places and the shadows and the shame, all the program shame around our spiritual abundance? This is what's keeping you from your spiritual abundance. Is that it was rejected, cast aside, demonized, lifetime after lifetime. So no wonder you don't know what it is. But now it's time for you to reconnect. So powerful, because leading up to this full moon, so the full moon is on Monday, and the activation I hope you can consider joining the full moon activation. Really powerful energies around excavating your soul spiritual gifts as a Supernova Soul. And what goes along with that, the energy seems to be around soul retrieval, literally bringing back pieces of yourself that have been stuck in other time dimensional frequencies because of past life traumas, ancestral traumas. And this is all got to get resolved for us to move forward. How can we come into our abundance if we're in a fractured state? We've all been beaten down and broken. But maybe that was about breaking our false self, breaking our ego, breaking our attachment on any level to this false fake reality. You have been perfectly prepared for this time of abundance, this golden age, and you're here to lead the way. So that's everything that this full moon is talking about. And leading up to this full moon, starting the week before, Venus on the weekend, on Friday, Venus comes into a conjunction with Uranus. Saturday, Mercury comes into a conjunction with Uranus. Venus and Mercury then come together. So we've got this quintessential expression of these planets. Now, when planets come together in conjunction, these Mercury and Venus coming together and joining Uranus at 10 degrees Taurus. Now, Uranus is the awakener. It's the ruler of Aquarius, and it speaks to unexpected changes, new vibrational frequencies that disrupt the old patterns. In this case, we've got this council. When planets come together in conjunction, it's like a council. They're coming together to inform each other, to share energies. In this case, a lot about Mercury's retrograde that happened in the sign of Aquarius, because Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. And so now Mercury's coming to council with Uranus and being like, holy shit, what's going on here? I had a glimpse into this so-called Aquarian age, and I don't know what the F is up, And then Venus is there. Venus is, in this a rebirth of the feminine, the exalted, purified feminine, because the Venus and the sun going over that equinox point together. And then Mercury and the sun were together. Now, Venus and Mercury. So this is a council of a rearranging in our mind, in our psyche, in our feminine, our connection to our female side. Now, we all have masculine and feminine within. When I'm talking about the feminine, I'm not talking about women. We've all incarnated in male and female bodies. This is why we have to reconcile our relationship between our masculine and our feminine in order to come into our heart consciousness. So the feminine is getting a massive upgrade because Uranus is this high frequency vibration. Mercury just took a retrograde in Aquarius and is trying to understand, trying to get this conceptual shift going on in the perspective. And part of the energy of this, because Mercury rules the mind and Uranus is the disruptor. And so there's an energy of being released from the mind control, the dismantling of the control programming that is keeping the sheeple asleep. All of us coming up against this boundary, this quarantine of technological control grid. And this is like asking us to question reality. And so for this full moon, and what's going on though is because these planets are coming into council, this radical revolutionary awakening of the mind, the feminine. I mean, maybe it has to do with when we consider mental faculties as male and intellectual, because our brain is split into two. And then we think intuitive thinking is feminine, right? And the whole deal is like we're supposed to have both. We're supposed to use both. And this is a long-term agenda to keep our brain hemispheres separated. It's a whole delusion of separation. Goes back to this deep, dark programming from Atlantean time. A long-held agenda to keep us from true intuitive thinking, where we can use our intellectual and our feminine intuitive. So really powerful because, Uranus was discovered at the time of lightning or electricity. So it's got this lightning energy. It's a picture of electricity in the air because it's an air sign. And so maybe we're talking about an awakening of the intuitive mind, like the true intuition. It's like, yeah, you can go think creatively, but you can't do it with, and then you can't really get anywhere, because it's like you can't reconcile these realities. This is everything in our world. Is this a microcosm of what's really going on? And this Mercury, Venus, Uranus is trying to break that program. It's like lightning bolts going through the brain stem, the corpus callosum, the connection between the right and left brain, and opening that up. That's right where your pineal gland is. Oh, no wonder they did so much to disconnect us in our right and left brain, because then we can't access our pineal gland. We can't come into our true intuitive thinking and knowing and realize that we're so much more than a human in a body. We are a spiritual being. We are a God. We are connected to God's source. We are the highest form of authority being in a body, a human in a body connected to your soul essence. So really powerful awakening of the mind to new possibilities, awakening of the mind to new paradigms of the Aquarian age, and this awakening of the true intuitive thinking, whole brain, whole person. Really a lot about coming back into wholeness around this Scorpio full moon, because for the Supernova Soul, I keep getting this message that this is an opportunity for a soul retrieval. There's the synonymous energy of uncovering, excavating, the revealing of the true wealth that you are, that's trying to happen in the Scorpio full moon, is directly related to parts of your soul essence that you've been disconnected from. So when I talk about soul retrieval, what does that mean? And this is parts of yourself that have gotten stuck in other time dimensional frequencies. It happens most often because of like a traumatic past life experience or something that you weren't able to complete. Or the trauma or something that's unresolved. And then it's like part of you stuck there in that other story. And this is a huge energy for supernova souls. And isn't it time for you to be whole and complete, to feel whole and complete? And so it's the uncovering. So those personality constructs and that trap of your soul, that part of your soul has your memory of these soul gifts that you have. You know, these soul gifts you've developed over many lifetimes. This is your individual expression of God consciousness, but it's not something you learned in this lifetime. Go get all of the degrees and certifications and, you know, learning more things and people telling you you know things and all that with your things on the wall, but that's not what you came here for. Training and learning is always wonderful, but the gifts and skills you came to express, this abundance within you, when I talk about these profound spiritual gifts, these you've worked on for many lifetimes and evolutions. That's what we take with us. We don't get to take our money and our cars and our shit. So where's the wealth? You got it. Because you haven't lost your connection to your soul essence, but you've been fractured and disconnected and playing a game of these other agendas. But now it's time to come back into wholeness, come back into completeness, because we had that excruciatingly painful Black Moon Lilith squares going into the depths of the shameful stories, dark corners, and where we've been programmed with shame around our spiritual gifts. Now, for this full moon, what's happening is we've got Black Moon Lilith coming into sextile with Neptune. This is going to happen into June, but it's exact the second week of May. And so it's coming very powerful energy for this next month of this sextile, because sextiles are positive, supportive solutions, creative solutions, unlocking the key to the problem. And the problem in this case is the shame that's programmed with your feminine side, your intuitive side, your magic side, your healer side, your compassionate side, that's keeping you. And that is what's keeping us from dreaming that new dream and releasing those stories of the past. And so there's a beautiful opportunity here to uncover those gifts. You know, it's almost like we couldn't uncover those gifts while they were hidden in so much shame. So we had to go into that excavation. Now it's time to reap the rewards of the work we've done over this last couple months, but over these last couple of years, very intensely in this astrology, and over so many lifetimes. And so there's an energy of everything coming together for you now. the pieces of the puzzle coming together, your soul group coming together, your team members coming together. And with the Taurus energy, we're faced with this dilemma of, because Taurus is ruled by Venus, so very powerful, Venus there, Sun there, Mercury there, Black Moon Lilith there, Uranus there. So here we have a stellium in Taurus, and Taurus rules our value, the values, what we value. Venus is what we love, what makes us feel good. And so it also rules our self-worth. So this month, this magic is about you receiving your abundance. You know, so many supernova souls want to give and heal and love, have compassionate love for this world. But how can you give if you can't receive? You're sitting there in lack and fractured and broken and beaten down, wondering why nobody can receive what you have to offer. Fill your cup. Drink from the well of your abundance. Nobody else is going to be able to receive this beautiful gift of who you are until you receive it. So this Taurus energy, Taurus is like the plant filling out into form, whereas Aries is the seed, the spark, the sprout, the creation. And then Taurus is like everything it needs to survive, filling out all the body of the plant and the nutrients and the support and everything it needs to thrive. So there's a picture here of an ancient temple hidden under the rocks, somewhere where long ago you went and you were in your full light. And you got to go back there and reaffirm and confirm this light within you, receive your own abundance, and be in the temple. So there's huge energy for radical self-care. If you're going to put yourself back together, be whole and complete, you're going to reveal these gifts, you're going to be and receive your own abundance. A really great way to work with and shift the energies of low self-worth programming, deep, dark programming we all have, but especially as supernova souls, and to receive that love that you are in your abundance is to and this is perfect with the Uranus energy, radical self-care. Be the temple. Don't let anything take you from this place. Go within and be in that abundant temple. Build the temple. Take care of your body. Love your physical body as a temple. And let your whole energy field be that temple, where you can be that living, breathing example of the light of the healing. And resonant energies that can receive can come into your field, that can be respectful of the gift that you are because of all your experiences. And those energies that aren't resonant, just bounce off. Are you ready? Is it time for you to be loved and held in this experience so that your abundance can come forth? What else did you come here for? You didn't come here to be alone, isolated. You didn't come here to be in that dark tunnel all alone. Although that is a place that we're being called to go, to completely release and surrender, to completely cleanse the earth of the ground of everything so that the new seeds can grow. And so we've been back and forth between this, like ego death, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm totally lost, blah, 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 blah. Oh wait, I have a glimpse of this abundance. Oh wait, I'm feeling more whole and complete. Wait, I feel a little more. So we're right here, right? And it's all about giving ourselves permission and feeling worthy of our own abundance. And this is what's being revealed. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Now, Scorpio Full Moon for the world, for humanity, could mean truths being revealed. But for you supernovas, it's so interesting the parallel here. So truths in the world of disclosure, of deep, dark truths that we know need to happen in order for this evolution to move forward, is exactly parallel metaphorically to you uncovering, revealing your true spiritual gifts being revealed to you. Are you ready for the treasure hunt? And that's the energy of this full moon. Now, we haven't had a lot of water energy, so it's going to be bringing up emotions, and there's some intensity. Scorpio wants connection. and meaning and purpose, you know? And it's interesting because as much as supernova souls yearn so deeply for the soulmate connections that come with your soul group and the intimate partnerships of supernova souls, but what you really want is the expression of your gifts and skills. That's what really is going to bring satisfaction. That's the only thing that's actually wrong in your life. If you were fully expressing and having fun and on fire in your creative energy, then all of the other issues fall away. But this water energy is going to bringing up any emotions. So we've had a hugely activating time with that stellium in Aries and all of this astrology, one thing after another, ego death with all those Pluto transits. And, but the water energy might bring any unresolved emotions that need to flow. You know, the tears, just let it move, let that energy move, because Mars is moving into Cancer, will be in Cancer. And so Mars in Cancer is a big shift of energy. And Mars is our go planet, our action planet, our male planet, our warrior planet. In Cancer, it's about nurturing. And so it's active nurturing, which, you know, you could also call compassion. Now, part of your problem, supernova soul, is that you're full of compassion, and it's been an absolute problem. You're so sensitive. You don't want to have anybody suffer. You want to help everybody. And, you know, even the animals suffering, everything is just, you know, but this is exactly the energy that our world needs, is this active compassion. And maybe for the supernova soul, like the compassion that the world needs while they're facing these truths, but the compassion that needs to be unleashed in your life, supernova soul, is your compassion for you, your temple, your gifts, and compassion towards that low self-worth little girl, little boy inside of you, that as you wake up to your gifts and skills, as you wake up to the truth of who you are and your power, we have a tendency to beat ourselves up that it took us so long. You know, so self-compassion, of course, the only compassion we can actually have starts with self-compassion. And, but a very powerful force, because we got the Scorpio full moon, Mars in Cancer. And so that will be, they'll be trining up. And then we also have Pisces represented with Neptune, not at the same degrees, but water trine energy. And so very, very sweet possibilities, especially with that black moon Lilith and sextile to Neptune. Like, hey, the delusions we've all been stuck in are only held together by the threads of the bullshit shame programming. And, you know, we talk about fear programming and, you know, fear of our own potential and all that, but it all goes back to the shame programming. The shame programming goes back to the program humanity has, but particularly supernova souls, of being the worm, being separated from God. Something you're the vermin, you're a sinner, and you got to make up for something. You got to fix it. You got to be better, do it right, prove yourself, earn God's love, you know? And, but for the supernova soul, you feel responsible for the fall of all of humanity. So then you really got some shame that doesn't make any sense. I can feel people being like, oh my God, she's talking about shame again. God damn it. Like, can we get off from this? It's like, but this is our magic key out of shame, and saying that all the problems of being stuck in the past, all the contracts, all the stories, all the constructs, all have to do with this simple concept that you bought in to this shame. That does not fit you. And as the truths are revealed in this world of the dark things that have happened, it's a great redemption for the supernova soul. Can you feel that this energy of shame that you've been carrying, that maybe you didn't even know was shame, you thought it was your own, you've been just wrestling with it, cleansing, transmuting, trying to heal, and it can't go anywhere? But it could be collective shame around these dark energies. And when those are revealed as the true evil, great redemption for the supernova soul, a purification, a clarification. And it's like, yeah, we're done taking on the garbage. You know, because that energy of shame that I see so clearly in supernova souls, and that programming, and then these true gifts, this soul, a spirit essence you've worked, and these soul spiritual gifts you've worked on for all these lifetimes, your abundance, they don't fit. They don't go together at all. They don't resonate at all. So we got to drop all that shit, and maybe that's how we become whole and complete. Then we got Mars and Cancer speaking to the mothering energy, active mothering, active compassion, put ourselves back together. And I can feel this interesting shift where the compassion, it's like, I've just always wanted to help humanity and be a healer and, whatever, this type of energy. And as I was talking about this compassion that's needed right now for the Supernova Soul, I felt this ownership of this, like, yeah, I'm ready to receive this compassionate love that I've had in my heart, but haven't been able to think I deserved it. I had to help everybody else in order to receive this for myself. And this is a huge shift for Supernova Souls. This is tectonic plate shifting. This is this time we're in. This Uranus Aquarius activation. It's like, the ground under our feet is like moving. And that ground under our feet moving is these old programs falling away. And putting ourselves back together, loving ourselves, forgiving ourselves for wherever when you come back into your spiritual abundance, part of what happens is that beating yourself up for not receiving it, and then feeling like, then how can you deserve it since you weren't treating it? You didn't receive it, and how could you deserve it? And then we beat ourselves up over it, and it's like, okay, now time to just receive and enjoy. Be in joy and be that living, breathing example for humanity of a different paradigm. A lot of this astrology is questioning. It's about that mind control energy and questioning reality, inviting humanity to reach a little bit, have outside the box, entertain maybe something slightly different than what we're getting in the news feed. And that little moment, that's when the Supernova Soul crosses your path. There's a dynamic shift here happening. You're in your temple and your wealth, and you simply reflect an energy of truth, just as they're kind of questioning reality, and boom, another one escapes the matrix. How many do you need to help escape before you get to go? That's a big energy of what's going on, but it's so cool to feel this shift of like, wait a minute, I got to be compassionate to myself right now. I got to get myself out of here. I got to take care of me. And it's up to everybody else. The definition of why we're sovereign is that because we're humans, souls in a physical body, and that gives us direct access to God force, life force, creation. So that means that everybody human who's still connected to their soul, and I know the whole agenda, we can feel it, trying to get us zombified, right? But everybody has their God-given right to this life force, to this connection, and it's not up to you to take them there. But how fun it is to give yourself permission to demonstrate that that's possible. So it's interesting because for the Supernova Soul, this is about awakening into your soul spiritual gifts and your permission for your abundance. And that in itself is the tool that it can awaken the masses or those that are just starting to question. And that's the only way forward is truth. And but for you, the truth is this wealth that's within you that everybody cast aside, nobody wanted you, persecuted for in a past life, and now it's the gold, and you got it. And are you going to let yourself? How can you be the living, breathing example if you can't let yourself enjoy and receive these energies? Huge, huge challenge, but so powerful and profound gift of this current astrology. So the energy for this full moon is so different from what we've had because throughout the whole 3 months of 2020, first 3 months up to this point, 3.5 months, square after square after square, tension, 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 tension. You're not getting out of this, pressure. And now we're having a little break from those squares, and we're having a council that's about awakening advanced souls to their true spiritual wealth, and at the same time awakening the masses to truth and breaking the mind control program. Those go together. How do you help? You come into your truth. You live your truth, unabiding, determined in each moment. Don't give up on your reality, your spiritual reality. It's more true, more real, and it's the lifeline home to new earth and our spiritual evolution moving forward. So sweet energies here with, we still have, so the sun and Mercury, the sun is coming a little bit later into that conjunction with Uranus in the last week of April. But so we've got Mercury and Venus. When they come to 10 degrees and hang out with Uranus, they're going to be just one sign over from the North Node in Gemini, and one sign over from Chiron is at 10 degrees. The North Node's at 11 degrees Gemini. Chiron's at 10 degrees. So this semi-sextile between Uranus and Chiron has been coming in and out for months. And so these semi-sextiles are about solutions also, and working together, finding a buddy, finding a way to work together across the lines to move forward. And so the North Node in Gemini, also still in trine to Saturn in Aquarius, sweet air trine. Let yourself be lifted above the fray. How can we be in our temple and have that compassionate self-care, radical self-care, if we can't even let ourselves be present and be on the ground, be here? Feel better, right? It's interesting because we got this very grounding energy, but then we've got these air trines. And so we're trying to find the ground that's the new trying to find stability in the new vibrational reality, which is way more stable for you. There's been programming upon programming upon programming saying that these higher activating energies are unstable, going back to Atlantean catastrophes. But they're actually way more stable, and especially for you, it's finally time for the energies on Earth to support you. You have never felt right here, squeezed into this little narrow body. You know, part of my work as an intuitive has been to support souls in leaving this realm and coming into this realm, and helping parents connect with their baby being and coming into incarnation. And the picture I see of these souls that are being born right now, the second coming of Christ consciousness embodied in this soul group of amazing, powerful beings, master souls that are being born as babies at this time, it's like this huge energy. And then to witness this compression and support through consciousness, this compression, and we've all done this as supernova souls, and it's like, whoa, it's time to breathe and stretch and have the energies on this planet that can actually support you as an advanced soul. That's what this is. And it's your time to fly, your time to flourish, your time to establish in these new energies and feel held. And that's maybe the sweet energy of the Mars in Cancer, this active nurturing, active compassion, nurturing yourself back into wholeness, into your soul retrieval, into your gifts and skills, into your abundance. And that Scorpio Full Moon, shining the light on this. So it's going to shine the light on anywhere left that you are still playing out the old stories of low self-worth and shame. So expect that to be absolutely revealed like that lightning bolt, right? But that's so you can be no longer resonates, not who I am, cutting it away. So huge energies for it's, that coming into your wealth, clearing away anything that argues with that, which might mean building that temple, committing to your vibrational frequency, your highest timeline through that radical self-care. What can I do to show myself, to affirm and confirm to my body, to my soul, to my spirit, to my higher guidance, my highest self, that I'm ready and willing to treat myself as the spiritual abundant gift that I am? What can you do in your daily life to affirm and confirm, validate, support, and love compassionately the flower you are becoming? Right? So the story of the supernova soul is that because the energy's so different than the babies being born right now, they had to wait until real recently, like I got equinox of this year, before these new souls can come in. But, when you were born, the energies on the earth couldn't really support you in your whole being. So we've all fractured into pieces. And it's like that bigger self is waiting in the wings, your Christed self. Now it's time to land. And you're bringing in the babies with you, and they're bringing in your soul retrieval. And it's like, is there a temple to come home to? Are you going to treat with reverence and respect the beautiful gift that you are? And let's get on with the story, right? So really powerful energies of this lining up of planets in the signs, speaking to that star pattern, activation of the light body. And at the edge of this lining up, where we've got Chiron in Aries, Uranus, Venus, Mercury, Taurus, North Node in Gemini, and then a trine between Saturn and Aquarius and Gemini, holding very harmonious. We can do this. Step through the door, open the key, receive the key, go find the door. There might be some deep, dark mysteries that are going to be revealed by the lightning, but that lightning can also help burn it away and step through. And so really powerful energies in the Scorpio Full Moon of revealing your true wealth. And that's absolutely in alignment with revealing of the truth that humanity needs to wake up out of their comatose stupor. Breaking the mind control. So you incarnating your soul wealth and being in your temple and hosting this light and treating it as such is what supports the truth that the masses need in order to get out of this mess. It just feels like we're in a soup right now. We're not getting anywhere, can't get anywhere until there's more truth. But for you, that's your truth of your potent and powerful supernova soul essence. Landing home, are you ready? So I hope you can join me for that live activation. That's going to be 3 p.m. on Monday, the 26th, and just 6 hours before the actual full moon. So we can just come together. If it doesn't work in your time zone, just know that the replay is encoded energetically. We're working outside of time. Your intention to join brings your energy, gets your questions answered, and you can catch the replay as soon as you can. The link to sign up for the event through Crowdcast is the same link that'll take you to the replay. So just the same link, it'll take you right into the live event. It'll take you into the replay as well. And so it's there for you whenever you get a chance and can come be with us energetically. The Supernova group, what we're doing energetically together, it grows every time we come together for an activation or an event. The energy is stronger, more real. This is us creating this new earth. We're doing it right here, right now. And the next phase is going to be grounding it out. So you landing home your soul spiritual gifts and getting the soul retrieval is the next necessary step to the next part of the process where we're landing home our projects that we're here to work with, that we've been working on for lifetimes, but with our Supernova Soul groups. And bringing into the physical these new ways of doing things that is building new earth, new structures, new projects, new programs. And so we got to land, then we can receive our people and remember who we are and come back together and work on these projects that we came here to work on together. And in real world, viscerally, like we're building new earth through our determined presence in these energies. It'll get easier and easier. Right now it's hard because we're still a lot separated, disconnected, constantly having your reality questioned, but hold tight to that ship of light. It's so beautiful. It's so powerful. It's so amazing. It's the only thing real. And it's going to be so fun to be able to fully embody this light and express it in physical form. As we transform our world, our body, continue to transform our world and our body into light. So this astrology is saying that there's a huge opportunity for a complete rewiring, and that's what's required to move into this new age and to land home who we really are, uncover those spiritual gifts and that true wealth. So what does it require to have an excavation? Tools. It's a good time to seek out. I haven't felt, this isn't a message that's come through. It's a good time right now to seek out support in a way that you didn't think, maybe a different alternate healing method or a different person, different energies. It's a time to diversify and find new tools and excavate and not be scared of the dark. You know? It's kind of scary, that one flash of light, and where did it come from? And then it lit up the ghouls over there in the forest, and then it went away again, and you know the ghouls are there, but you can't find them. That's kind of what happened with, that excavation and the Black Moon Lilith deep into the corners of our psyche. And now it's like, okay, boom, out, out, out. I see you now. And you don't belong here anymore. All those energies, all those loyalties. And so very powerful energy of revealing this true wealth. And are you ready to step into it? Because that is the future. You are the future. Your wealth landed home. And it's interesting because it's like we have this idea of wealth, like, well, I got to go earn it, and then I can work this hard and get this amount of money, and I got to sell this product, and da 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 da. It's like, you earned it already. Nothing you did in this life. I mean, maybe you added to it some, but this wealth you had when you came into this body, and through your lifetimes. So we got to get out. There's a lot of energy coming up from those Pluto transits of this, something we need to do or prove, to be good enough, to earn. And how can you earn or be good enough for what's already yours? And you just have to feel that you deserve to receive it. And receive it. And kind of part of the sensitivity of the Supernova Soul and being targeted by people around you in past lives, it's made you oversensitive and hiding your gifts and light. And a feeling like we're waiting for somebody outside of us to come recognize and say, hey, I see you over there and you're light, come on out and shine. And that's not really going to happen. We got to receive our wealth before anybody else can receive it. But that is the beauty of our Supernova Soul tribe coming together in person and being that reflection, that mirror for each other, and celebrating this abundance and validating this abundance. And so that is the chapter that lies ahead. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend and Scorpio Full Moon. I hope to see you on that live activation or on the replay. And I look forward to seeing you soon there or on the next update. Until then, I'm Adrienne Elise. Namaste.